Hello everyone, it's Aaron. So I got a little project I gotta do for my aquarium here, and the reason why I have to do this project is we bought this light bar a couple weeks ago because our tank always seemed like it was dark and dingy. And what the reason was is when we bought the tank originally 15 years ago, it came with one of these black covers that had the lights on the inside. And over the years, I've replaced them. I've gone to LED, glued LED or double-sided tape LEDs to the back of it that are supposed to be waterproof for whatever reason. And as you can see, they're not very waterproof. They last a year, year and a half, and I'm doing it again. So we went and bought one of them big old light bars for the aquariums. Now the problem is with the old cover and that light bar, it won't work because it just blocks out the light and does no good. So I have to either buy the clear plexiglass covers or make my own plexiglass covers. And I decided I'm going to make my own. And what I've done, or what I've started to do already is I got my measurements for my width and my length, and I've cut everything down to where I need to. Now what I got to do is I have to notch out and cut for each one of my accessories that go over the lip of the tank, and I'll show you how I've been doing that. So with my plexiglass cut to width, basically I lined her up in there and I marked out where my feeder is, where my filter return is, and where some air hoses and wires are. And I'll do it on both sides. And it's just a straight cut. I went in 2 inches, went over to basically the width of my feeder and my air return. And then for the air hoses, I only did 1 inch. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my little roto zip and trace it along these lines and cut it out. So with my little roto zip here, and I believe I just have I don't even know what bit it was what I used for sheetrock, so it's pretty dull from the rock. But I'm just going to take and turn it on and cut it out. Now that I got that cut out, I can go back to the aquarium and dry fit everything. Make sure everything fits. Now, my piece of plastic is a little bit big, so I'll have to shave off a little bit of there. So I'll mark my edge again and cut it off. So as you can see, I marked my edge again all the way down. So I'll just take it to the saw again and cut it one last time, and it should fit perfectly. Now one other thing is you're going to have to find a spot to put a hole so you can grab a hold of this plexiglass, or I should say polycarbonate, not plexiglass. And what we'll do there is we'll just take something right around the inch and a quarter hole saw and drill right through it. So after I took another 1/4 inch off this edge, it all falls into place nice and good. But the only problem is the only holes that are in it so far are in the back, and I'm not going to grab it in the back to try to get it out. So I have to get a pull-up hole right there where I got it marked. And like I said, I'm going to drill that out with probably right around 1 1/4 inch hole saw.
Yep.
Now you got that, you're pretty much done. Just got to clean the edges, sand them, get rid of any sharp edges, and clean it up. Put it in the tank. So now that we have everything cut out and in place and cleaned, they are a little foggy from the moisture coming off the being cleaned, so but they do keep the light in, or let the light in and keep the water in, because as you can see already, that's just from the bubbler. All the water that hits the side or hits the top does work its way out, so this should keep more water in the tank at the same time as protecting that light. If you like what I did, please like, follow, and subscribe. Oh yeah, recommend doing this outside so the wife doesn't yell at you, because I did some of the cutting inside the house in the kitchen, and she's not too happy with me.